A few years back, I was temporarily delighted to find a television documentary show that dealt with something taboo. Something not mentioned in school and rarely brought up in the public mainstream at all. The subject matter being controversial, having to do with ancient technology and its origins. Controversy that exists, because this show's topic contradicts the most popular opinions that are based in many decades of study, by well-known individuals throughout modern history. These individuals include the likes of archaeologists, anthropologists, and historians, often found working in the field of Egyptology or with similar backgrounds that deal with the history of ancient man, our now forgotten ancestors. The producers of this documentary show, in my opinion, have done an excellent job presenting their case. That technological feats, such as the construction of the pyramids at Giza, were the result of aliens that came to our Earth and gave our ancient peoples the blueprints, tools and the know-how to build or create impossibly huge monuments around the globe. Other examples include performing brain surgery, flying into outer space and building sophisticated weapons that rival some of our own modern inventions. Some of the evidence is real and extraordinary in nature. For example, this may shock some. However, I am told that most of the huge megaliths built in ancient Egypt have been found by some currently in the field of Egyptology to have machine marks embedded and scratched into them because of how they were manufactured. How could this be? Did our ancient ancestors have a local Walmart that they never told us about? Well, the answer that is given by the hosts that present this show and their producers is that, whatever tools or engineering that was being used at the time came from alien visitors that landed here and freely gave them technology, in return for worship as gods. Although they make a good case for their argument, I am left somewhat displeased that they do not leave any room whatsoever for one of God's best and most intriguing creations, the human brain and what it is capable of, with just a tiny bit of passion doled out to its industrious owners. Us humans have been able to achieve great things on our own without alien intervention, using the same brains our ancestors had. As our entire lot from then until now is considered by scientists to be what they call the likes of modern man. In other words, our ancient ancestors were identical to us in every way, physically and mentally, except culturally. Therefore, naturally, they obviously had their share of heroic geniuses like Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla, the Wright brothers and Alexander Graham Bell. However, because they were very culturally different from us, our mainstream opinion of them is that they were somehow primitive like cavemen, because of their clothing that they wore and how it must have been sewed together. Not taking into consideration that may have just been their day-to-day culture speaking to us, and therefore obviously not the best representation of their true capabilities. Often their intelligent, charismatic leaders passed on their most passionate ideas to their society's most educated and renowned geniuses, so that they could design, construct, masterfully engineered wonders that have lasted through the centuries. Are you aware that the Romans had fast food, plumbing and flushing toilets? Certainly aliens did not teach us of today how to grab a sandwich in a hurry and then how to wipe our asses later. Truly, necessity is the mother of invention today, as it always had been throughout the ages. I think the topic is mostly a sad way of crudely bragging about our accomplishments whilst making our ancestors look like a confused group of nincompoops that, unfortunately, descended from banana-chewing apes groping in primeval darkness.